here today at Theatre Delhi in Sheffield for the Sheaf Poetry Festival, where we're going to be hearing from a number of authors and poets about topics such as activism, disability, identity and mental health.
Just to say, I mistook my tongue for a locust dipped in honey, for the cloudy surmise of a mushroom sublimed in its spores. Coming up as a working class person, poetry was one of the few forms of art that I was able to access in terms of time, but also in terms of resources, because you don't need anything to do poetry, you just need literally a pen and a piece of paper, or if you can memorise something, you've made a poem. If you are in any way other opening your mouth and claiming sort of elite literary space is a form of activism, it can't not be. Just by being there and daring to go into those spaces and say, you know, I'm as good as you, I have a right to be here as well, that's always going to be activism. But in terms of sort of sloganeering and writing kind of manifesto type poetics, I don't know whether that's what I'm doing. I suppose the activism is in trying to bring poetry to as many people as possible and bring as many people as possible to poetry, and to be able to say to, you know, other working class kids, traveller girls especially, this is for you, you know, you have a right to be here.
She sighed, but did it, said I could screw the lid, released herself easily. You could become any shape you want, I said. She said nothing. One arm sent itself out to switch the kettle on.
When you're reading, you get inside somebody else's head in a way you could never do in real life, and that encourages you to perhaps start thinking about things from other people's points of view and not just be stuck in our own little worlds. So I'm a big fan of fiction for those reasons, but also I guess I've become more of a hybrid writer, and I really like the idea as well that hybrid is about letting go of labels and me saying you can't categorise my writing, you can't put me into a pigeonhole, and I'm saying that about myself as well. My strapline, which I came up with 2 years ago, is that I'm a queer writer of odd things, and I'm saying, yeah, don't assume you know me, and I'm using my writing, I guess, to convey that I don't want assumptions to be made, and I think that's becoming more and more important as a social issue, that we don't assume anything about anyone else, and we listen, as Jen was saying, we listen and we let anybody be whoever they want to be.